Maybe I'm live. We'll find out. What up, everybody? How's it going? It's been a while. It's been a while since we had a good old stream. So here I am streaming, and we have an ambitious goal today to not show our stream keys, to check our audio, and then lastly to build CSS grid, which we have a very good reason for needing. But first, I have to do an audio check. So give me one second here. Let me just listen to myself. To me, I sound great. So if I don't sound great, let me know. Let me know. I hope I'm live. Maybe I should check that too. It's been a while. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's see if I go to my profile here. Yeah, I think I'm live. I'm live enough. It's been a while. It's been a while. I'm expecting nobody remembers me in the Streamverse and the Twitchverse, etc. I'm also streaming at a unusual time, but GitHub's down. So, you know, status GitHub, it's down. What am I supposed to do? What a Peely. Yeah, I know. What am I doing? Why am I not online on a stream? It's yeah, you know, it's tough. I got a puppy. She'll come out at some point. She's sleeping. She's been inoculated to my loud voice, so she can somehow sleep through this. And we'll have a Poppy Cam in the future. Puppy/Poppy Cam. Her name's Poppy. But yeah, today we're gonna build CSS Grid. It's gonna be great. I was looking at CSS Grid before this, and boy oh boy, yeah. Let's go to learnCSSGrid.com, and wow, it is a long standard. I think it's funny. CSS Grid is funny to me because nobody really understands it. Not that many people understand it, and so it's kind of even controversial to try to implement it because you'll maybe nobody uses it within TS Circuit and elsewhere. So we're definitely making a little bit of a bet, but the thing is I actually think it is one of the best 2D layout standards, and it's certainly LLM compatible. So we're going to do it. We're going to implement CSS Grid. I'll give a little bit of motivation. Actually, I probably have some saved designs. I probably don't need to create a design from scratch. But basically, there's a lot of things arranged in a grid in circuit land. So let's pull up a design. So we've got, this is it's kind of a funny project, but this is a switch array. I was making a cross-point switch array. And the grid implementation right now is just so bad. But yeah, you can see we've got a bunch of switches. And I wanted to, these are like, I don't know, $2 to make these prototypes. So I figured, wouldn't it be cool to have a cross-point switch array that you can plug into a breadboard? The thing is the size is always super uncomfortable. Like, it's always very big. Like, I think this does 8 connections, I want to say, and it's huge. So yeah, it's a little disheartening. Like it's just because I don't think that a cross-point matrix with switches will replace wires, but maybe it could. Anyway, I'd like to be able to build it, and I can certainly get this to work. I can like futz with it, but it's not a very good grid implementation, and it might not be the most important thing to do, but I did want to document a little bit of my algorithm development process because a lot of people are building algorithms for TS Circuit now, and I think they often don't have a reference. So hopefully it'll be good for that. So yeah, ideally these are laid out with CSS Grid. Grid is super powerful, and we're gonna try to do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. What are we waiting for? GitHub's down. You're not doing anything. You're not coding right now with GitHub down. Unless you use GitLab, something like that. Let's see. I gotta generate a little hotkey. I think I called it mini grid. Open up cursor. I gotta adjust some screen stuff. It looks like my editor is kind of like off screen. This is what happens when you don't stream in like a year. Nice. Cool. Yeah, all the text is super tiny, so that's great. I'm gonna try to stay in at this zoom level. That feels like awful, but for me, but good enough. Good enough. Good enough for comedy, I like to say. So all I've done is defined like this very basic kind of input system. So you have a grid cell, and then cells have rows and columns. They have spans, row and column spans. I also just put a type together with some options, and I was like, maybe this will be interesting to stream. And I actually didn't really write this. AI wrote most of this, these types. So, and I think they're pretty good. Named area, alternative to numeric placement, right? That's right. Grid has so much stuff. It really is this super kind of intense specification. So yeah, I mean, if you've never taken a full CSS grid tutorial, I'd highly recommend taking one, because it's just like, it's such a massive standard. It's crazy. All right, we're gonna do a little whip commit. I think I fixed like one little thing. So the high level process here for how we're gonna do this is we're gonna have, I guess maybe the easiest way to think about it is like, we're basically mostly writing tests. We're gonna have test data. I think something like that, test data. Test cases, I think I called it, because I don't like the word data. And then, so the test cases get loaded into our tests. Our tests run against Playwright, and Playwright will examine all the browser positions, examines browser positions, like the positions of all the elements. And then it will snapshot that. That's kind of the part one. The part two is we will need to confirm that our implementation matches the browser. So there's going to be a lot of test infrastructure setup with regard to that. We're going to have a bunch of test cases. We have to generate those test cases or put them together. My goal is to do very little of the algorithm implementation. This is actually something I think I'd muck up. I'm just not, I can use CSS grid. I can like finish a CSS grid tutorial, but it is quite complicated. Like if you look up something like the grid area attribute, which is a pretty meaty attribute, there's just so many ways to provide input, right? So in this case, those are predefined grid areas. These are shorthands for grid row start and grid row end, and you can do things like span, span 1, span 2, and stuff like that. So it's just like, there's so much to deal with there that I want to be really, I want to basically see a crappy implementation before I start injecting my own. So we're going to use O3 or O3 Pro to do some of the implementation, but we're gonna really understand the test suite. The test suite is gonna be really key to making sure that it doesn't go off the rails, and also considers all future cases. Yeah, and there's kind of this big decision too, inline grid versus grid, and I don't really know what to do about that one. That is, I was looking at the implementation of this for Flex, and these are actually quite difficult, and I didn't really consider how difficult they were, but when you have inline grid, you essentially are unbounded. You know, you have to, you almost do some computation to figure out what your size is, and then you do everything else. And so I think inline grid we can do after the just grid implementation, but it's definitely relevant for circuits because I don't want a user to have to pre-compute the width and height of this switch matrix. That would be super annoying for them. So we definitely need to deal with inline grid as well. But let's see how far we get on this test case implementation thing where we snapshot playwright, and we'll go from there. So let's dig in. Cool. So got my project. We've got a test cases directory that has an empty file, and we've got sort of like a blank-ish test case or like placeholder test case. Let's open that up. Grid, children, key. Okay. All right. So super simple CSS grid layout. Before we even do the implementation, we're going to make so many test cases, and that is so that the AI considers everything and doesn't kind of implement us into a corner. The tests are more important than the implementation. I think we could throw agents at this for, we could throw like 100 agents at this and we could probably get an implementation, but the test cases, that's where the money is. So I think this object will be the content of each test case. So let's copy that out. And there's a very good reason to define these in separate files because bun test import context isn't available everywhere. So we do something like this. Import basic01 from test cases /basic/basic01. And then we're going to configure tsconfig to allow those paths. I feel like I just fixture things now, Like I don't do anything fun. I just fixture. And then you let it rip. Okay, so we'll export those parameters. Cannot find module. Let's see. Did I do something wrong with this? Oh yeah, there we go. Just some AI autocomplete gone rogue. Yeah, let's do that as well. I like these. I like this style of absolute importing. A lot of people do this at thing. Not a big fan. Not a big fan of the at symbol. Cool. Looks pretty good. It's kind of like a snapshot test sort of thing. It's a little bit weird, the output to this, because it doesn't actually really tell you the XY positions. Does a grid need to tell you the XY positions? I think it does. I don't think this is a very good final position row. I believe these can be on it, but I think you also need stuff like I don't know. Is this valid output for CSS grid? We have row, column, row span, column span. But I feel like you're not doing all the work if you do it that way. Because we also need to, I mean, maybe it's okay. You could do cells. But then we also need to do like row sizes, right? Stuff like that. And column sizes. And I think then that's enough information for someone to compute everything. So our goal is to extract this from Playwright, which is going to be a bit complicated, but not the worst thing. Let's do a Playwright tests directory, separating our tests into even more directories. But it's for the best. It's for the best. They all work so differently. I forget how Playwright works. I think you have to do like Playwright install. I think it has some weird process. I think it's fine. Why are you complaining? Oh, right. So this test is no longer good. It's probably fine. I don't really know. It's a little weird actually, this, because how, in this case, how do you know the size of the grid? Right? Like, I don't know what would happen if you did this in CSS. It's weird. It's like incomplete data. What if I say satisfies CSS grid options or something like that? I don't know. Maybe this generated code is kind of crap. I think we need a width and height, right? Container width, container height, at least as an optional parameter. Not needed for inline grid, but probably just talking nonsense at this point. Okay, yeah, 100. Cool. All right, let's get a little bit messy and just start walking through the process a little bit. So instead of laying it out, I want to convert it to HTML and take a look at that. And this might be the first place we use AI because I don't really want to write that function from scratch. Not implemented. Cool, cool. Let's do a little work in progress. I'm going to be very lazy with the commit messages. Oh, I was able to push to GitHub. I don't know to what extent GitHub is down. I could barely load any pages last time I checked. Codex wasn't working. I love to use OpenAI, ChatGPT Codex to code. GitHub has been working fine for you. Okay. All right. Interesting. Very interesting. Look, man, status pages don't lie. Look at this. Incident with issues, 4%. Skill issue? What? Get out of here. Get out of here. Sir, you offend. No, I kid. Let's throw something at Ader here. So the first thing we're gonna want to do is get this sort of convert to HTML thing working. So we'll just say implement convert to HTML. After we get this implementation in, we're gonna want to move it to a separate file, but I am gonna be a little bit lazy. Just tell that to Fly.io. Fly's been good lately, right? I haven't had any Fly issues in a little bit. Though I don't know, because I just assume we're getting hit pretty hard because some of our sites get scraped now. So we do have occasional downtime. Status.tscircuit.com. I think this is just a flaky. The yellow on top is flaky, and I should fix it. Yeah, Fly registry API. That's our Fly duplicate. Yeah, I don't know. Seems okay. This one runs on Vercel. It's kind of interesting actually that the Vercel one. I mean, I don't want to blame Vercel too quickly because this one also has a lot more things hitting it. But that is weird because if it was a database thing, it would affect both of these. So Fly is currently more reliable than Vercel for me, but it could be because of response times. And in practice, functionally, I haven't noticed anything going down. So, yeah, maybe my fault. Yeah, doing better than OpenAI. Are you calling out my status page or? Okay, so we've got a seemingly very basic implementation here. You'll notice I don't use that that crap, Claude Code or no, I'm kidding. Claude Code is great, but agents are not as good as calling models directly for specific tasks. So we're not going to use a lot of Claude Code today. All right, so is this correct? I think that is correct. I think that is the correct HTML. So now that we can get out HTML, we're going to create a playwright test. The only thing is I don't remember how to make a playwright test. This is probably actually a good place to call in Claude. After me just talking smack about it, but this is actually a good time. You meant I have more uptime than OpenAI. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Honestly, it should all be green, and I just like I'm so like like I conceal nothing, and so like if there's like I think our response time on our health endpoint is probably 5 seconds, and you know there's really no reason. It does check things though. It does check database and stuff like that, but it's still like a health endpoint should never take more than 5 seconds. But you know the API is not down. It's just having some intermittent slowness or something. Yeah, but we're overly honest about that, I would say. Should we init this repo? I'll do it. You ever you set up Claude on GitHub? I haven't done that yet. I tried to and it didn't work, and then I gave up and never did it again. It's kind of interesting how people give up and then don't do things for like 2 years. Like give up and then they go. I don't really love the only GitHub integration I really like is Vercel's, and most others I don't really like. Oh, dying in customer requests. Oh my gosh. It's a good place to be. It's a good place to be. Yeah, it's not you know, it's only going to get better, so it's not like you're missing much if you do it if you do it now or something like that. All right, we generated our Claude MD. I like to take a look at these. I'm going to say path to test is a little bit better. Yeah, okay. Good enough. Good enough. It's fine. Init Claude. All right. So we're going to use Claude now, and we're going to say, please introduce a playwright test that uses the convert to HTML of the CSS grid and test case 01. I think I messed up some details there, but it should figure it out. Yeah, it'll look around, and one of the reasons I haven't been streaming too is like there's not normally a lot of focus. Like when I'm waiting on things, I go and I work on something else. But Codex is down, so I can't multitask. So I was like, well, this is the perfect opportunity. If you can't multitask, just do a stream. Oh, I don't think this is right. Playwright test. It looks like they used bun test. Expect to have screenshot. It looks like they're like... Oh, no. Wait, they do use Playwright. So Playwright just looks very similar to bun. Okay. I'm also not auto-accepting because I want to take time. Do you have a whole environment set up for Codex? Yeah, we have so much stuff set up in Codex. The number of PRs I do with Codex is absolutely insane. we have over 100 environments. So Codex is definitely I'm probably like one. I think if OpenAI had a leaderboard, I would be the #1 power user of Codex. There are single repos where I've done more than 200 PRs with Codex, which is just crazy. I can show some of Codex, but I was trying to work with it and it just wasn't working for me. I got to make sure not to leak my my crazy ChatGPT chats where I'm talking about what temperature to cook steak, but like there's like 5 of them, indicating I don't know what I'm doing. All right, so yeah, it's failing so much today. But even today with the intermittent failures, let's see, what's today? July 28th. I guess I only merged 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, only 4 today. Actually, not even all of these are merged. I thought I merged more than that, actually. Maybe, yeah, I guess some of these I haven't archived yet. So, yeah, who knows? Who knows? That one's I'm pretty sure is done. This one I'm also pretty sure is done. Yeah, codecs can be a little bit buggy. But man, I've done a lot. If we go to my environments thing, you can see 190 on our backend API. That's probably not the number one too. I bet core. Yeah, 257 on core. Oh, that's number of tasks created. So maybe not merges. But yeah, tscircuit.com 200. Yeah. I hope they don't get mad at me. I'm a power user. I'd be happy to pay, but they do not charge a lot. So I'm paying very little, but like I'm not using it in a malicious way. It's not taking well to your shit code base. Try putting some stuff in your setup. We have some custom instructions in our setup that help it a lot. It depends if it's like totally not getting it or not. And also you can always start 4 versions, but that's not, you have to work alongside the agents to understand where their hiccups are. I don't remember how to run playwright tests. Run the playwright test. Yeah, I mean, opening like 1,000 PRs with Codex is totally like I'm probably really close, which is insane. 1,000 PRs, it's crazy. Sometimes I do have to, you know, I don't know. Our code bases are so well set up for Codex. It's nuts. There is actually related to CSS Grid. There is a pretty good one that was failing earlier. Some of these descriptions are kind of bad though. I thought there was something related to grid. Add grid and PCB gap properties to layout. I think that's it. I guess this one was successful, maybe. Oh, nice. I think I retried this one like 10 times. I have 1.5 thousand PRs in my main. Nice job. It's quite a few. 1.5 thousand PRs in my main. What is that though? What do you mean in my main? On your main branch? Like closed? We don't mono repo, so I don't know how many PRs are closed. You can check our core. We have 805 on core. What about the API? That's existed a little bit longer. 470. I don't know. Yeah, 1.5k PRs on a mono repo. I don't know. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, that seems pretty high. Seems pretty high. It's not a, I know it's not a competition, you know. It's not a competition, but I'll be a bit competitive. So this one is a spec. We have our API spec in a separate repo, which is really great. Because really you want to force people to have their API features reviewed prior to I think this is good. PCB, row gap, grid column gap, stuff like that. That's great. Okay. So we can merge this. What do we build in? We're going to re-implement CSS Grid. We're going to re-implement it. And we got one test case, and we're going to have playwright snapshot browser element positions so that we have a gold standard. I guess we were here, so let's run playwright test. I need to check if Playwright needs to be installed. I'm pretty sure I installed Playwright. Okay, maybe not. Playwright/test, I guess is what we needed. What up, the trap music? Ooh, Playwright config. Okay. Okay. It wants to run a server, though. I don't know about that. This is where Claude Code is great, because I know none of this is hard, but I also know I don't want to do it. I don't know. Maybe we should start auto-accepting, because I don't really care. Ooh, what is this? This must be Playwright output? Actual, I think it ran. Expect blah, blah, blah to have screen. We don't really want screenshots. I'm going to interrupt Claude. I think you've done enough, Claude. So let's run Playwright test here. Okay, so now it's saying my test passed. So that's strange. That's weird. I don't really know what happened. Okay, so we've got a snapshots directory. I don't really want PNG snapshots. Like, cool. Okay, that's our page. But I don't really want PNG snapshots. I want inline snapshots. Or even better, I kind of want to like manually write them to a file. I don't know if we'll be able to do that. So should I use Claude for this, or what should I do here? I think, have you seen those plebs at Diode? I texted them to congratulate them on their fundraise. I'm assuming you're talking about Diode Computer. Yeah. Plebs. They are cool. They are cool. I'm a little jealous of all the money they raised. That's awesome for them. I'm definitely jealous, but in the long term, it's a good thing. Yeah. I appreciate the thoughts. The thoughts don't buy my cold brew in the morning, but I do appreciate the thoughts. Yes. So for those who don't know what I'm talking about, Diode Computer raises $11 million from Andreessen Horowitz, A16Z. And your boy would have loved some of that dash, let me tell you. But hey, sometimes you just gotta do the thing. Money breeds complacency. Be better than the $10 million raise. It's good advice. It's good advice. Who needs money anyway? What you need is a dream and you know, enough money to eat. All right, we're not going to take a screenshot. We are going to try to get all the positions of the web elements on the page. I think I'm going to write a to-do here. So to-do, get the positions of all the web elements and save to gold standard slash... you know, what the heck is going on here, by the way? They named this file playwright.test.ts. It's like implying there's only going to be one playwright test, which it might be okay if we like put all the test cases in this file, because we don't actually care for the playwright test to execute anything. So yeah, all right, maybe that's okay. We have one test file. All right, we're gonna set AI up for this, but I'm not gonna implement it. So we're gonna say test case 01, have this kind of array of test cases, and later on we can derive that from the file system. Let's get rid of this padding because we don't want any weird stuff. Okay, set contents. We're gonna do this for each test case. Okay, get positions of all the named elements and save to gold standard slash test case path. Yeah, the only issue is these test cases, I guess they don't really have a path. One of the reasons I like to type a little bit of code before asking AI to do it is a lot of times you give the wrong instructions. So if it's I don't want to. A lot of times I just type code until I know it's going to be like really easy for AI, or it's hard. I know that AI will specialize it. That's how I work with it. Okay, basics / basic 01. I think that's good. Basic 01. This should be renamed. Just because of my prompt error earlier. For test case in. Test case path. Okay. Yep. TypeScript got like I think it got anal recently about array indices or something. Yeah, I don't know why I had to do this. Okay. And save to goal standard, test case path. Okay. We can save it as a JSON file, I think. So we're gonna make a gold standard directory. I don't think that's the right name. Maybe it should be like validation data. I don't know. Or maybe I should save it alongside the test case. So test cases / test case path dot browser result dot JSON. So, something like that. It's probably fine. It's a little verbose. Yeah, that's a bunch of file system stuff. So let's make AI do it. The other reason to use Claude Code over Aider is if you kind of wanted to test in a loop. Yo, how can I buy you a cold brew? I don't know, dude. Send us an email, and also send your LinkedIn, which shows you working somewhere that makes a lot of money, and then I'll ping you for ways to buy me a cold brew. You know, contact@tscircuit.com and say, hey, I want to buy you cold brew, but like on the order of 5,000 cold brews. And then I'll be like, oh, okay. Welcome, by the way, Chester Zelya. I can't remember if we've met before because it's been like a year since I streamed. I'm just going to work in progress this. Let's jump to Claude. Implement the to-do in blank. Aider has a to-do mode, which I think just looks at to-dos in your code, then automatically completes them, but I'm too lazy. Yeah, I never know what to do when the AI is cranking away. Just kind of sit here, twiddle my thumbs. There was recency in an AI productivity study, and it said that people move faster with AI, but they often get distracted and as a result move slower. So you're not necessarily missing out. Why would it use require? I'm not going to let it get away with this. Don't use require. Why are you using require? Use imports. I don't know why AI does this sometimes. Speaking of cold brew, I just want to give a second to recommend my favorite cold brew brand, which is Kirkland Signature. It's very, very good. Do you want to make this edit? Let's read it. I don't know what it's doing. Cool. I like how Claude can like kind of pick up like the overall goal of the project sometimes. Okay, let's see if this works. I'm not even going to close out Claude because I am really not sure. Test cases. We got something. Yeah, okay, cool. Looks right. All right. pretty awesome, actually. So now, I don't know, that we actually are working pretty fast here. So now we have a mapping of every element to its size in the browser, and we can generate that for any input. Yeah, we're really relying on this AI generated convert to HTML function, but now we have essentially the right answer for anything. And more importantly, AI can quickly get the right answer. So if I leave this running overnight with Claude, it should hopefully eventually figure it out, or just get so diluted that it changes the mission entirely. All right, so yeah, implement browser validation stuff. By the way, this is how somebody recently told me this is how Meta, or somebody at Meta, developed Yoga, which was originally a JavaScript implementation of Flexbox. They had browser tests, and then they made those browser tests validate their work as they worked. And they did this so many times, eventually they said, now we're just implementing browser quirks, and they stopped. And that's why Yoga isn't totally compatible with browsers. That's my understanding anyway. Cool. What else? So we've got the convert to HTML. We're going to want to break that into its own method. I never know how to break up classes. If you know how to break up classes, just give me something to look up, because I never know how to break it up. We've got this CSS grid class, and I've got this big convert to HTML method. And I think this is my current convention, which is insane. I'll pull my file system on. So maybe we create a directory, sure. And then I do CSS grid underscore, and then whatever the method is. And I feel like that kind of makes it clear that it's a class element. I can't think of a better way to do it. You could put convert to HTML in this directory, but I feel like it wouldn't capture the fact that it's an instance method. So I don't like that. So let's copy out this implementation. And then it's also kind of interesting, like, how do you, what do you put for the signature for that class method? Probably I'll do it like a somewhat hacky way, but maybe the cleanest. So let's keep the function name identical and do this. And then, yeah, so all that's good. And then I think for this one, I think I have to bind it. I haven't done this in a while. I think that's it. I think that'll work. Something like that. Or, yeah, I think there's a better way to do this. Like to do it in the constructor or something like that. But I think this is equivalent. Cannot find name, so I gotta import this. Gotta export here, import over here. Yeah, it's probably fine. I never thought I'd see you using classes. My old Java background is getting riled up. You know what's funny is I was recently talking to Abby, and he said the exact same thing. He said, I never thought you would use classes. And I didn't realize people thought I was anti-classes. I guess maybe I was anti-class. Did people try to introduce classes a lot? So here's what I'll say is in my servers, I never have classes. Yeah, I was anti-classes. In servers, I don't think classes make any sense. And like we did server development, I think like that's most of it. I had a whole talk called anti-abstraction. Man, I wish I had some of those talks. Yo, Zoe, what up? I was about to say, doing what you're saying makes more sense. Long time no see. Long time no see. Long time no see. I'm back, baby. I'm freaking back. Yeah, complexity depth and stuff like that. Those are all really important concepts. But in the context of algorithms, object-oriented concepts help. So I don't really know what I don't really know how to reconcile this. On servers just aren't that complicated. I like believe pretty firmly servers are not hard. What happened to TS circuit? Dude, oh my gosh. Still doing it. Still doing it, baby. It's TS circuit is still rolling. In fact, what we're building right now is in service of TS circuit. We're trying to get proper CSS grid style layouts for the layout engine. Currently, the layout engine has like minimal flex support. I would love to work on flex support also during the stream, but somebody else is working on it. I don't want to overcrowd. But yeah, we need as many layout methods as possible. We also have a new layout. I've never tried it on a grid this big. We have a new layout method called pack. Let me try it. I've never tried this. Sorry, this is only entertaining to me. But we also have pack, and I have no idea what that'll do. Oh shit! I think it's overlapping a little bit. Oh, that's such a shame. Is it really? It looks like it's overlapping. Oh, it shouldn't be overlapping. Oh, it's so disappointing. But anyway, we have a packing algorithm too that's normally pretty good. I've never seen it overlap. Oh, it's so disappointing. Maybe, yeah, no, that's definitely overlapping. Oh, it's so disappointing. And you know what else is disappointing is it's not throwing any friggin' errors. You know, people tell me they're working on something like, oh, I'll do the error management, and then never happens. Never happens. And then it's just not implemented. The worst thing somebody can do is tell me they're going to work on something, and then I write it off, and then they don't do it. And that is happening like every day now. Anyway, I don't know why I'm ranting. Yeah. What do you think we're doing right now, Zoab? I agree. Zohab. Zohayab. I have no idea how you pronounce that name. Should probably look it up before I sound too ignorant. Okay. Let's move onward. So it doesn't like the fact that we don't have this defined. How do you type a function with this? I shouldn't have done this hack. I don't know. Yeah, we are yapping. How do you fix this? So we have this, infer this type. Oh, interesting. Oh, wait. No, that doesn't work. Is this possible in TypeScript? Is it possible to define this property of a function in TypeScript? This pattern is cursed. I don't know why I used O3. Ever since O3 got cheap, I use it for everything. Let's see. We got bind. All right. Let's give up. It was fun. It was fun while it lasted, but this pattern's cursed. We'll make it slightly less cursed by making this a arrow function. And then we have to refactor some of this. I kind of like it better. This is really a terrible variable name. Oh, but there's the private thing. Yeah, it's a weird. I don't know. What can you do? You know. But private is another thing I don't really love. I think you should. I like Python style of just prefixing it and doing it by convention. I don't think private should exist. It's also like I think if TypeScript was recreated today, they wouldn't have added that. That's just my take. Don't like the word data. Element bounds. Anything except data. Data is a bad word. Using the word data to me is like dropping an F-bomb in a professional context. It's a terrible variable name. Can mean anything. Data. It's like naming a variable like J. What the heck is that? Whip refactor. Convert to HTML in separate file. We should also kind of validate that I didn't break anything real quick. Spent way too long on that refactor. Anyway, now AI will kind of get the gist. It's all about building slowly so that the AI doesn't, go crazy. And we are going to be very reliant on AI because this has a lot of hard problems. I don't even think it can implement it without some kind of cassowary implementation. If you don't know cassowary, it's a constraint solver. I should actually look it up. Do you need cassowary or some other constraint engine to implement CSS Grid? Let's see if AI can give me some context, because that would be nice if I could throw that in for AI. Let's also let's see about our JavaScript, our TypeScript query here. Lets you declare this inside any non-arrow function. How though? Oh, it's the AI did it right. It's actually like a special thing. So that pattern isn't nearly as cursed as I thought it would be. Although this is pretty janky. That's like I guess that's like a non-JavaScript compatible modification there. I'm surprised actually. I'm surprised TypeScript implemented that. But it's probably an old one. It's probably an old one. Cassowary has a dope homepage. I think it has a cassowary on it. It's worth showing. No, this is the wiki. Where is it? Sad face. Maybe it's not as dope as I thought it was. All right. Yeah, an incremental linear constraint solving algorithm. Oh, somebody implemented it in Swift. Yeah, it's very useful. Yeah, and it almost always has like some relation to UI, even though it's kind of like a general purpose constraint solver. There's too much going on. I lost my ChatGPT query. I don't even know what the hell. Yeah, there we go. Okay. No, you don't need cassowary or any general purpose constraint solver to implement CSS Grid. It has an auto placement algorithm though. Oh, interesting. Wow. Wait, that's crazy. Whoa, really? Wow, no constraint solver needed. What? So Grid is actually kind of simpler than Flax. That's crazy. I always thought Grid was more complicated. It's just the extra information in Grid because it consolidates so much information. Wow. It's really beautiful. I wonder who we have to thank. Who do we have to thank? Who do we have to thank for CSS Grid? I want to know the man. Also, what an abuse of O3. You know what I mean? I guess maybe it needs to search, but that's it's really unnecessary. All right. Let's get rid of some of these concepts. That's fine. Okay. So we got the HTML. We have the golden path. The only thing, so we could stop here. I think this is as far as we can take AI. But I think I want a visualization for me to be able to look at the results. So for that, we're going to use visual snapshot testing with SVGs, and we're going to use the graphics debug format, which AI doesn't really know too well, but we can do our best to get it to write it. Where have I been all this time? I've been working on You know, working on TS circuit. Been in my hidey hole working on TS circuit. I also got a puppy, and you can't really stream with a puppy, but it's tough. She's sleeping right now, but and she is conked, properly conked upside down, arms in the air. But yeah, it is kind of hard with a puppy. Okay, so let's do that. You know, I think I messed something up actually. One sec. This convert to HTML should not take anything. This is enough. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's an instance method with no parameters should. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you know, doing startup stuff takes a lot of time. You don't get to. You don't always get to do the socials. I was also building an auto router. That was not something that was fun to stream. Probably, I think I streamed a little bit of it, but probably not the most fun thing to watch. I assume. Just me staring at the screen like, what the hell? I'll probably stream some of that though. It gets better as the visualizations get better. And there are a lot of auto routing visualizations, so I'll probably stream some of that at some point. Yeah, so what do we want to do here? So we have grid.visualize, and we are going to teach AI how to generate that. Let's start there. Let's have AI write this this method. So before I turn on the AI, let's just do a whip. And this one is definitely more of an O3 task. So I'll do aider, and then we'll add the lib, and then I'll say implement the visualize. I guess one thing, yeah, kind of messed up. Let's give that output type. That's going to be important. One more work in progress commit. I'm pushing right up today. I don't normally do it, but pushing right up to main. But this module doesn't auto publish yet. We're at the very beginning. Nobody else is going to work on it, so I'm pushing to main. We need to give it a document that tells it how graphics debug works so that it can generate the objects. I think this README is probably good enough. So I'm just going to link it to the README. So that's the raw of the README. And I'm just going to say implement this file, give it the path to the README. It's going to ask to scrape that README. Then it's going to scrape it and do the implementation. And now we're waiting. We're waiting again. Just gotta wait. You know, what do you do? If you go on Twitter, you're gonna lose focus. So just gotta stare at the wall. That was pretty quick for O3. This is where I'm told Grok is very fast, but it doesn't have many new intense models. It has like Kiwi or whatever the hell that new one is, but doesn't have too many. This, why does this look wrong to me? Grid.ops.children. That does it call the layout function? I think it messed up, so let's stash that. Let's try again. Implement blah blah blah. Make sure to lay out the grid so that you have all the positions. So I don't know what it wrote, but it's like barely worth looking at. Oh, I forgot to shit. I forgot to add the lib directory. All right, one more time. The Overton window has shifted so much on what people are willing to spend. It's crazy. Because every Claude query costs me like $1. Am I still using Devin? No. That was too expensive. I was like, like I liked it, but now I'm a major Codex user, ChatGPT Codex. I love the concept, and I would have probably been a Devon super user, but they charged way too much for like a product that was barely functional. Yes, Codex is definitely eating Devon's lunch. One and the same. Yeah, no. Codex is super cheap. It's like $20 a month versus or 30 or whatever. I think it's 20. I think you get it on ChatGPT Plus. So yeah, it's super cheap. There's like no reason to. Hey, I don't know. Maybe Devon will get better, but yeah, I'm just like they offered to give me a free month too, or they like extended me for a month, but I was like, yeah, but dude, like you guys charged me $500 for like a nothing burger. You know, I essentially spent more time than what I gained, and so I just feel like you shouldn't charge for a not ready product. Maybe it's good now. It might be amazing now, but I'm so burnt, and it's going to take me like a year to recover from that burn. Like they should have saw that I churned after 1 month. I wrote them a bunch of like ways, like bug reports and stuff like that. And I think they should have refunded because like it just wasn't working. I don't know. Hides in charging people without even a product. Yeah, I mean, Codex doing the work of an 80K a year intern. Truly, yeah. Yeah, if you looked at how many, I mean, it's crazy how many PRs it's enabled for me. I don't file issues for TS Circuit very often anymore. Most of the time, I send people a PR and I say Codex couldn't get this one if we are doing assignment, but most of the work is in bug discovery. See, I feel like it's running an algorithm. I just wanted to look at the output, and I feel like it just implemented the entire algorithm, which, like, okay, but yeah, it's not. It literally, I gave it in the prompt to call layout. Ugh. I mean, it's like you want to keep this because maybe it's correct, but it's probably wrong. So yeah, let's remove that. Okay, I'm gonna implement it. Yeah, you know, we don't got all day. It is annoying though. It is definitely annoying. What's the most complex feature implementation it's implemented? Let's go to my Codex archive. Most of the issues aren't too bad. There's so many. This is only from 4 days ago. Or 5 days ago now. Yeah, I just take over when it can't do things. So it's hard to say. I mean, you can see they're not all really big, but it's definitely like, you know, you get, you know, they're all like reasonable PRs. If there was somebody on my team who was doing all of these Codex PRs, I'd be pretty happy, I think. I think on the back end, it's done some pretty impressive things, like convert to Gemini Batch API usage. This was really impressive because I didn't know this. I guess I had read in an announcement that Gemini Batch API had come out, but this was brand new. Like, it had been released for a week. It had beta labels all over it. The documentation was wrong, and it kind of did an initial implementation. And I was like, how did you do that? I didn't know until somebody told me, because that was one of the ones I had somebody take over to finish. But, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, the way our project is structured, there's not many problems that are super hard, like, because there's so many reproductions and it's so test heavy. Like, every PR has a test, for sure. Every PR has a test. So there's just a massive test surface, and tests also help keep the guardrails on, right? All right, let's create a graphics object. I'm gonna call it Go for graphics object. I think that's fair game. There's nothing sacred about Go not in TypeScript. All right, CSS grid, yeah, whatever. I bet this would be enough information for it to get it right now and understand what I want. But I'll be a little bit, this is interesting. I haven't tested screen coordinate systems too much. I need to think for like 1 microsecond. Screen coordinate systems mean that y positive is down. But TS circuit uses y positive is up. I think in this module I think I should keep the screen coordinates. Otherwise I'm going to be really struggling. So I'll do that. Okay, so Go. We've already laid out the grid. So what does the layout return? It returns cells, row sizes, column sizes. Okay. So we could create a rect for each cell. That's wrong. Cursor tab is wrong so much. I'm kind of a cursor hater. Cursor agents just doesn't work for me. It's nowhere near as good as Codex because it doesn't run tests. And people have told me it's possible, but I'm like, no, it's not. Not in the web interface anyway. And I spin up like 5 things in parallel. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess it works really well in your IDE, but just give me the container. Give me the web containers. You guys, they have a much better interface than Codex, I think. Codex has some bugs. It can't display images. It can't push binary files. So most images. We just got lucky and we use SVGs for a lot of snapshot testing. I think how you have to do this, if you know the column sizes, I think you have to say, what's the sum of every column up to this column index? I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of this setup, but I'm just gonna roll with it. Yeah, we can say x equals 0, y equals 0, and then we can say 4. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and TypeScript got really anal for me recently. Maybe it's Bun's default configuration. Using Bunly, Peely. I think you're using Bun. Yeah, okay, cool. So, why isn't it like that? Center. So for this, a cell also needs, column span and row span. So in CSS grid, span means how many columns or rows do you span. Nice. I do, but given I use Next.js, it's not really useful. Yeah. The projects that give me the most pain are always the ones coupled to web servers, so or vendors or whatever you call Vercel and Cloudflare. Like when I use Wrangler, I have to use Vitest and npm, and then Next.js is just untestable from my perspective unless you create some crazy framework around it. I have no idea how to test Next.js backend API. So good luck with that. It takes a ton of time to figure out how to infer that properly and reliably. I'm separating my front end and back end pretty soon. Good, yeah. And maybe you can use Hono or something more testable for the back end. I like Hono, but I don't think Hono. They were just a little bit late to the stateless game, I think. Yeah, what do I know? Okay, so for width and height are also like similarly annoying. Oh my gosh. I don't know about this. I don't know about this format. Anyway, it's fine. AI chose this format and I'm just kind of like lamenting it. But yeah, you have to do this to compute the width and height. with the output we've chosen here. I don't know, maybe I don't know. This could be our first of many F ups to keep it PG. So we'll say X plus. Yeah. Okay. Color. I like to do a little thing with a color wheel. So we could just create. Let's see. Let's create an array of colors. Let's just keep it. I'm gonna be a little bit dumb because I can't remember the code. I hate how hard it is to do a range in JavaScript. It drives me nuts. But anyway, that's fairly readable. And what I like to do is do like a color hash or a string hash. String hash. Taking a string, give me back a number. And then just kind of select a random color. That's just how I like to do it. I'm stuck in my ways. I'm a curmudgeon. All right. So each rectangle has a color now. It's probably fine. All right. And then we're going to return that. This is going to be the most unsatisfying demo ever after this, because I think all this is going to do is give us like the world's simplest SVG. So from graphics debug, there's going to be a function to convert that into an SVG. Get SVG is probably like get SVG from graphics object or something like that. Yeah, there we go. So we'll say grid visualize. Yep. And then we'll do expect SVG to match SVG snapshot. Cool. And then if we run this, we should get our SVG snapshot. Oh, layout isn't implemented, so it doesn't know what to do. Right. Okay. Well, let's snapshot. I'm sure that code works 100%. That handwritten code. I'm going to include that in my PR. Handwritten visualize implementation. You got to be proud of something at the end of the day, you know? So, you know who has to look in the mirror the most? It's you. It's you. Or, yeah. That sounds right. All right. Layout. Do we want to jump to the implementation? I don't know what else is there. Rashab, what up, dude? Long time no see. Man, I got to get you out to SF, man. Just see you for real after all this time. Yeah, long time no stream. But I'm back for now. I had pretty grand ambitions when I started the day. So for Rashab, I am implementing CSS grid because in a separate repo, review my PR for circuit.json flags. Interesting. This is my PR. I should be looking at... What are you talking about? You don't have a PR. I merged a PR, though. maybe it's a core PR that you're talking about. I think a couple people have PRs that I haven't reviewed. I think somebody, Datasheets API. I don't know if this is ready. I haven't been requested, but it's passing. Requested a review from Copilot 17 minutes ago. This is hot off the press. Circuit JSON util. Yeah, you know, we're working so close. Whoa, what is all this? Okay, existing group IDs, find orphan groups, okay. If parent, there's an orphan group, treat orphan groups as root level groups, okay. Normal parent child, okay. I feel like you should track, oh, you do, okay. Last group, fall back to the last process group, typically the top level parent. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Poppy is starting to wake up here. She's looking at me like, dude, I can't sleep for your entire stream. Should we try to implement the algorithm? No, we don't have enough. We don't have enough data. We don't have enough data. Let's see. I think we would benefit from implementing as many test cases as possible. So I think I need to speed run implementing test cases, because I just feel like it'll backfire if we don't. Yeah, but this structurally is all good, I think. The only thing this needs, like all the test files will look like this. I think the only thing it needs is we should have a expect grid dot layout to match inline snapshot. Ayush, what up, dude? What's up, my man? On my end, nothing to report. We're just implementing CSS grid. So doing like Friday things on a Monday. You know how it is. Okay. So visualize is broken because layout is broken. Oh yeah, layout's broken. I don't know why I'm expecting any of this to work. But anyway, that is really comprehensive for AI. All the information is there. And then we have a little bit of human SVG information, which will help us understand what it's debugging. But you guys are going to see why I spend so much time architecting this, because AI is about to implement Flexbox with our amazing architecture, or sorry, not Flexbox, grid. And then you're going to be like, whoa, how did it do? How do? Okay, so we do that. Got to import this. It is a lot of setup though. It's quite a bit of boilerplate. Somebody should make an AI that's specialized in setting up boilerplate. Maybe specifically for algorithms. All right, so yeah, more setup. Yeah, let's add test cases. So we have a test case directory, and this is what each test case looks like. So pretty simple. So let's open up Claude, and we're going to say implement basic 02.ts or we can say test cases / basic / test 02. I should use the voice feature, you know, instead of because if I'm going to talk out loud anyway, we might as well not have to wait for me to type. Okay, so we need a lot of CSS grid examples. I like this website, Learn CSS Grid, but it's a little bit too, like one thing at a time. So I think what I'm going to do is go to, there's a game that teaches you about CSS Grid called the Grid Garden. And I think this is going to be a really nice parallel. So let's do it. Yeah, okay. That seems like a good place to start. So we'll say implement blah blah blah, which is similar. You know what? I just realized in this CSS Grid game, oh no, they do change the column widths. Okay, so we should be good. You know, all this code is on GitHub too, so I'm wondering if I can like, can I like cheat, you know, and not spend too much time? Okay, those are all the plots. So this isn't shown. Oh, this is kind of annoying. How do we want to do this? I do want to implement this game. I think it'll be good. The only confusing thing is, okay, so there's dirt. But the dirt's not really important until you get to... The dirt represents the grid. So I don't think we need to worry about it. Because it's just kind of a background. It's not actually like part of the math. I think we just need to worry about the caret position. Or the water and the carrots. Yeah, okay. Oh, I can feel the jank. Okay. Poppy is very awake. You guys are about to see some Poppy, but it might be, unless somebody gets here to take care of her, it might be stream end because I can't watch Poppy. She's a dangerous puppy. So we'll see how it goes. I think somebody's gonna come back though, so we might be okay. JavaScript levels. Maybe this is the level data. Oh, there's so much internationalization in here. Level win. This literally just looks like internationalization, but there is this like before after thing. Not sure. I think we're saved. I think somebody just came home. What's this licensed as? Am I even it's MIT. Okay. I like how they commit the node modules. That's very it's very 2018 maybe. Everybody was committing their node modules because Yarn said it was the right thing to do. Yarn v2. Must suck to have everybody using you with Yarn v1 and then to switch, but probably doesn't suck too much because I bet they all made a lot of money because they went enterprise hardcore. I think this has all the information we need. We just need to get rid of the instructions. So let's copy this file out. We'll say game. We'll call it game.js. We'll be lazy. Let's restart Claude here. New instructions. Modify or remove all the instructions keys from game.js. Gonna have Claude do some dirty work for us.
Are you streaming?
Yeah.
Have they seen Puppy yet?
This is Poppers. We don't have a Poppy cam yet, but we will. She has to pee really bad. I'm trying to figure out how to make my head bigger, but I can't, so I'm just gonna hold her up. There we go. What I really want to do is replace my head with, like literally just like have her be, you know, the streamer, and just talk over her. Tell your girl I said hi.
Hi.
Mr. P. Lee says hi.
Hello.
Yeah, Poppy misses you, Rashab. She was looking for you. Yeah. All right, let's see. This RG command I've never heard of. Claude loves it, but I've never heard of it. All right, it looks like it executed some node stuff. And I think we have a lot cleaner data now. We might have something good enough for extraction. So normally I don't do this, but let's commit this temp add. Yeah, should we? Thing is, I'm not sure Claude will use it if I don't commit it. So yeah, temp add game. Add game to extract test cases. And then we're going to do extract the test cases from the, what's this game called? It's like CSS Garden. CSS Garden game inside game.js. Put each test case into test cases /basic xx.ts. I guess the light's changing in here as it gets darker. My green screen is not okay. Oh, that fixed it. She got scared. She's just a puppy. She looked pretty good on stream though.
Yeah, she did.
I should definitely just stream with a zoom in. I don't know if my camera will track puppy face, but I would love to track a puppy face. I do have a thing she can sit on that can go against a green screen, I think. So there's a will and there's a way. And you know what they say. It's all it takes. She does like moving, and that could be problematic. All right, it looks like it's just creating files, so I'm going to let it go crazy. Hopefully they're good. We're going to be able to look at them in Playwright, I think, so should be okay. Might have been a good idea to save the Playwright screenshots so that we could look at them there, but I didn't do it, so. You ate dinner, right? It's so late in the day. I feel like I don't have the energy to do a long stream, but I really just want to do this entire implementation in one stream so that I don't have to like deal with it tomorrow. According to what I just read online, CSS Grid is like, to me, seems way easier than Flex because there's no everything. It's a DAG. It's a direct DAG. As opposed to Flex, which apparently has even worse than quadratic time. It has n cubed worst case performance. I had no idea. I always thought Flex was so fast. But yeah, if you can use a grid, I guess it's more performant. Not that anybody cares because everything executes so quickly in a browser. It's all in C++. We're just waiting for test cases. I really hope these all work. It created 27. So it either did a ton of work. It's on 29 right now. There's not 29 levels, so this is bad. I don't think there's 29. I think there's 18. Are you trying to hold her to the camera? That's great.
It's really funny.
She doesn't know what's going on. I need to get a poppy cam right here. I have the cameras.
She's not going on screen well enough, though. She's like slightly off.
She's a little bit off.
There it is.
All right, let's check these test cases. Oh, she bit my ear.
How's fatherhood been?
What?
Someone asked you.
How's fatherhood been? Not without its trials and tribulations. This seems wrong. I'm just looking at basic 02 here. This definitely doesn't seem right. Let me try to find it in the CSS Garden game. We took a big swing there, and what is this? Get out of here. Or Grid Garden. Okay, level 1. So this is the code for level 1. I think it didn't encode the solution. I wonder how Poppy and Kiko would have been. Yeah. That's P. Lee.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
No.
Kiko would have hated.
Angela's analysis is that Kiko would have hated Poppy. But Poppy would have just run away. She's a really scared puppy.
Yeah, I think Kiko would have freaked her out.
Yeah. She's a very timid puppy. It's actually a problem. This actually looks correct. Column 5. The way this input seems odd to me, grid item column, I think it's supposed to be column start, which really sucks, and I feel like they should have known better. Row column. You can also specify row end and column end. Oh, it's just so lazy. Why didn't they just keep the names exactly? Shoot. Because it already did a lot of the work. I think, man, why didn't Claude, like, add that? It did so much work, I don't want to throw it out.
Sorry, you have like 2 giant things of poop on your butt.
I'm gonna let it roll, and we'll see what happens. Man, but we really got to be careful about this test data too. Oh, what should I do? I think I'm gonna roll with it for now. And it could backfire. I think it's grid column templates, column 1, row 1.
Oh, sorry.
It's just like, what's up?
Did she eat all her food for lunch?
I don't know.
It was empty, so that's why.
Then she probably did.
Wow, she's made it so far.
Yeah, it's like, how do you represent span 3 with this? I don't think you have a way. So level 9 would be basic 10. I shouldn't have committed it. Yeah, it like truncated it. Oh man, that sucks. This whole thing kind of like is not column start. I don't even know if row span is a is row span a thing? I don't think it's a thing. Oh man, Yeah, like one AI gen at the very beginning, like screwed this whole thing. So there's row, there's span. Okay, you can't do that here. You can't do that, or I gotta stop.
Oh, am I? Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, for sure. That's too much.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize. I thought I was being quiet.
Not quite enough. Not quite enough. I need to be loud right now.
I thought you had like mic settings.
Oh my gosh. Okay. My
Okay, I don't know if
there's
the
some
video
loud puppy
quality
training
is
going
gonna
on.
make them not hear me though. Oh, are you saying I was
Yeah,
distracting?
you're distracting me.
Oh, I thought.
The audience is fine. They're not listening to me. They're probably watching Pirates in the Caribbean on their other monitor.
Is that
This
what
is
you're also
this is
doing?
just so that they feel productive. Yeah, I am also watching Pirates of the Caribbean. By the way, Pirates of the Caribbean, incredible series. Um, we don't talk about it enough because it kind of slowly fizzled out, but great series. So in addition to row and column, there's row start. I don't know why they didn't make this like actually resemble CSS. It's very disappointing. I think this is more correct now. I'm just gonna quickly look through and see if I missed anything. You gotta sweat the details. Oh, there's order, I guess. After Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, I've rewatched all of that.
What?
What? It's the most deranged thing I've heard all day. Grid template columns. This one is mostly okay still. I feel like it should just be a string. I feel like it's like really going hard. Maybe it's okay.
Puppy! Hi! Hello! Hi! Good recall. Sorry, but gotta train the doggy. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, go play.
Okay. I think this is roughly correct now. I talked to Michael recently. Getting fired from Seam is the best thing that ever happened to him. Wow. Hey, all right. Good to hear. um, it's good. I'm guessing he found some opportunity. That was good. That's very good to hear. Okay, so update API here, and then I think this whole thing is botched. All of this test data, although I do like that Claude got it the first time. It's just not exactly accurate, and I'm just like, I don't want to rewrite it all, but I think we have to rewrite it all. So I'm gonna try to explain what can I do here to recover this data. This was a mistake. I think what I want to do is annotate all of these like this. Basic 03. This is the one thing that cursor... Oh, I was just about to give cursor a compliment, and then it betrayed me. Wait, why did it say basic 10? Is that actually informed, or... Was column span supposed to be like the equivalent of writing 3 span? That's just confusing. Column span. Span 3. I wonder if that's... I messed up. We are not in a good place now. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're literally going to kill all the test cases. It was botched. It's botched. That's fine. That's fine. You win some, you lose some. We're going to kill them all. I didn't keep it clean, and now we lose all of this incredible data. Okay. Now we're going to use Aider, and we're going to modify game.js. Okay. All right, let's modify game.js so that every like row has a comment. We can even do an example of what we want. So like this one will be represented with like some JSON object. But I'm gonna have AI do the first one because this is a bit intense. This syntax is crazy what they use. I don't even understand what's going on there. I feel like a lot of it is unnecessary. I don't know what board is. I don't know what board C or W means. Okay, so above the first level, write a comment that maybe we I just deleted them all. Shoot. Let's go back and see if we can look at that commit where I deleted everything. I think I didn't push. Oh, nice. Still here. Let's reset. Let's take a look at it. I think the first one was good. What is going on? Unstaged changes. All right, there we go. All right, so we're gonna put this super inline like this. Yeah. And maybe just the JSON object so that it kind of gets the idea. So create a comment, replicating, level, answer. Also, what's up with this? The style, like why did they call it style if it's the solution to the problem? I just don't understand. Okay, for each level, add a comment with the JSON object representing. We kind of need another file here. We need to give it like enough of the types so that understands everything. It's probably enough. O3 Architect is kind of a bad model for this. Architect models are like good at understanding large code bases and stuff like that, but I think it's one of the highest on the leaderboard, if not the highest. I think O3 Pro might be higher. Gemini is also, for some reason, winning on Aider Chat, but it is tough. Yeah, O3 Pro. Oh, that's not right. Oof. Oh, it's totally wrong. Oh, man. Just got to give it more examples, you know? All right, let's try that. Let's try using a non-architect model. I don't know if I have Gemini still. No, I don't have Gemini. I do have some other stuff, though. I have O4 Mini. Let's try O4 Mini. It's not a very hard task. And I think O4 Mini is, like, weirdly smart about some things. Okay, finish the comments for each level with in the CSS grid options format. I've got myself some barley tea. Not caffeinated. Ooh, wow. All right, this is really not working out for me. Doesn't get it. Let's try this. Break. One by one, remove each level from game.js. Yeah, let's do this after removing test cases. Yeah. And create a test cases dot slash level n.ts file that represents the level in the CSS grid options format. It'll probably work. I don't know why I turned on auto accept. Ooh, plan mode. Google Google, I believe, also has something. It's called like, what is the Google Claude code thing? It starts with an L. Jules, that's it. I've been meaning to try Jules. I think it's web. I think it's like Codex. I hope it is. Runs containers. Try Jules. Yeah, it's like cursor agents. Okay. Whoops. Core. Doesn't have core. You know what's funny? Codex has this bug too. Just the worst search engine. Drop down that shows everything. I think I have some stuff that Codex is choking on. Codex has some downtime, so we can give it a try. Let's see. Add snapshots. Update circuit JSON util. I think this one is valid. It didn't implement this correctly. So let's see if Jules can handle it. I kind of doubt it. It needs a lot of... You give me a plan? I'm not so sure about this. Go for it. Give me a plan. Notifications. Yeah, sure. I think I'm in focus mode, so I might not get those notifications anyway. Yeah, my hope is that this is containerized and it's going to run tests and it's also able to talk to the internet because I need to install things. Oh, daily task limit. Interesting. Is there not a paid plan for this? I'm surprised Theo doesn't build this with T3 chat. It feels like kind of the logical next step. It's basically a chat website, but lots of UI issues. Oh, initial setup should be this. Yeah, thanks to Codex. Or, yeah, I think Codex might have been the first. Okay, update dependencies. Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, whatever. I don't know about this whole plan thing, but maybe it works better in like enterprise settings, or maybe they're doing it to save money because people just do utter nonsense if you don't have them check plans. All right, it is starting to propose things, so go nuts. Nice. Maybe I just needed Claude. Maybe I need to go back to Anthropic. My homeland of Anthropic. DirectX says, "Hi, I'm new here. I almost finished my bachelor's degree in CS, and I want to know why do the first 2.5 years feel meaningless? And general ed taught me nothing or made me feel fulfilled other than art and music." I don't know, man. Those first years are just about like socializing and being hazed through shared struggle. So, you know, it's what you get at the end of it is friendship, mostly, I think. I don't remember too much that happened my freshman year, but it sets you up for the next couple years, right? You know, your peer groups and whatnot. It kind of seemed like you were asking a question, but it more felt like you were venting, which is fine. I feel good about it. I think it's going to work. I am too. Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you. I don't know why people ask me for advice, though. You know, I'm no, you know, like career person. Oh man, we got so many test cases. Hell yeah. These are probably gonna be better. Oh, you know what we could do? We could visualize the browser output. I didn't even think of that. We could visualize the browser output. What is it called? It's not called browser output. It's called something else. But this would help me understand if we're actually doing this properly. I guess it's called a browser result. Does it have a type? We didn't specify a type for it. Oh, they're gone. I deleted them all. Did I? Yeah, I deleted them all. Huh. Okay. So we have to recreate them. That's fine. Okay, let's create the first one. I want to build something like an operating system or an app. I came to college to be a game programmer. I should be making games, but I realize how stupid easy that is. So I want something that doesn't involve a framework holding my hand right now. Well, you can't always reinvent the wheel. Speaking as somebody who is reinventing the wheel for electronics, you know, I should take my own advice, but yeah, you can't always reinvent the wheel. It's good to know. It's good to know how to use different frameworks. React is great, even relevant for game development in some ways. It's React VR and stuff like that. I don't know if you want to build VR games, but or if people even actually use it. Okay, we're getting there. Okay, so now we should have some browser output. This needs to be renamed browser result. That's apparently what we call it. I'm just gonna any type browser result. I can't. There's too many threads. Too many threads right now. Yeah. All right. Let's use some agents because there's some logistics we need to take care of. This file needs to be renamed. Yeah, this implementation is pretty easy at this point. Our test file is named incorrectly now. Let's move that up. Yeah, we just got to deal with some logistics. Level 1.test.ts. The reason I always do 0, 1, but the AI didn't do that is because the sorting is better if you have a bunch of files in your directories. I see people building Iron Man helmets with the Jarvis UI. This is mechatronics, and I become curious about electronics for the purpose of using them to make more lively costume/cosplay, since cosplaying is one of my hobbies. I'm sure you've heard of people dressing up as Transformers/Gundam. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you can use... I don't know where it is. I have it somewhere, but there's actually transparent PCBs now, so you can like get transparent LED matrices. It's very, very easy to build that with TS Circuit. It's like the thing where sort of like shamefully best at is like matrices. Matrices are really, really trivial. Although the grid system they use is a bit annoying. So hopefully we make some progress there today. Okay, so what I want to do is import the browser output. Yeah, like that. And then I want to visualize that. So I'm going to say expect visualize browser results to match SVG snapshot. People are like, why didn't you stream for so long? And I'm like, you know, so much logistics. You know, coding is just logistics. All right, we got to implement that. Let's do a work in progress here. And okay, implement visualize browser result. Oh, we didn't really write a type for this. I wonder if it'll fix the types too. Oh, wow. Copied and pasted some of this string hash code. Sure. Okay, run the test. Why is it erroring? Oh, we have to convert that. That's fine. Is it gonna figure it out? No, that's not it. All right, I'll take over. Good job, Claude. Got us part of the way. So now we do get SVG from graphics object. That should be enough. So hopefully we can see what the browser's rendering. I'm trying not to have data structures make my head spin too much. It's tricky, you know? You just got to grind it out. A lot of stuff in life, you know, is just grinding it out. Is there an issue with this, or is it not loading, or what's happening? Okay, we got a lot of nonsense in this SVG. Is there any substance? Okay, I don't know what's going on. This SVG is kind of hard to read. I think it has some interactivity code inside of it. Let us instead just log this browser result. Whoops. That seems fine. Water, X0, that seems fine. So then let's look at the visualization result. Rect, it's got a color, it's got a label, seems fine. I don't see the center value, that could be a problem. Center seems fine. I don't know why that's not logging, but sometimes I have a thing where we want to just add a background color. It's only one box, so I don't know. We shouldn't be expecting too much. Okay, white, but I should probably be seeing a box in here. I don't know why we're not seeing a box. Width, height, center, everything looks fine. Width, 2020. Got a color. I don't know, the color could be weird. Messed up. Seems okay, though. Colors. We'll change this to red. I think it's supposed to be fill. There we go. Red box. I think we need to add sort of an outline. Yeah, there's no easy way to do it. Why don't we add, let's add the 4 corners. Let's say just add the 4 corners, 0, 0, 800, 0, like, what's the Playwright browser window? Playwrights, whatever we load as the browser window size. Page.setContent. Guess we're using some default size. I don't know. It's probably 800 by 600. That feels most normal. So I'm gonna wing it. There we go. I know how they work, but I just think I have to get used to the whole node use and movement. I need to understand how Java code messes with nodes in a linked list. That is true. I think it's okay. You just gotta grind it out. You'll be all right. You know, takes some time, but it's not too bad. The more interesting things happen when data structures become second nature. As much as people say it's useless, like you can't really work in game dev without like deep data structures knowledge. It's one of the more rigorous algorithm fields. Like, I would almost say that game devs are more like algorithm lovers, you know, a little bit anyway. I mean, some aren't, but a lot of them are. Because they always do the most intense things, like gaming has so much innovation in algorithms. Okay, so in the browser window, this is what it's saying the result is. I don't know what this browser window is loading as. I think there's is there any way for me to specify it? I'm just gonna ask Claude. Snapshot browser output. Can you make it so the Playwright test generates uses a browser window sized 800 x 600, something like that. Is that normal? Maybe 600 x 800 is more normal. All right, cool. Let's regenerate our file with Playwright. Didn't update the snapshot. That's kind of interesting. Am I messing something up? Like, because it's too small. The red square is like way too small. I'm guessing it's rendering wrong on the web page. I should have actually loaded this in a browser myself rather than like dumping it all inside of Playwright. I think even though this, I don't know how grid works exactly, but I think this isn't expanding to the full width of the page. That's my guess. Teachers at my university say ChatGPT and other AI LLM tools will make you a fraud programmer, but I disagree. I've learned that most of what I know watching from YouTube and using ChatGPT to help me with homework / tutor me on topics when I couldn't get a tutor at my school. There were times I had to outright do my work, but that was only because I had to learn the material without the stress of the assignment deadline. I wanted to get in my homework so I can lock in. Yeah. I have no idea. AI can certainly help people learn a lot faster. I know I use it to learn a lot faster for sure. But teachers do have like one job, which is to teach. So I'm hoping they figure out how to integrate it. You know, maybe they're being Luddite-ish and they don't want to integrate it. Oh, this is Jules. Did it do the thing? Looks like it did the thing. Oh, can't display snapshots, but I can download it. And then presumably after I download it, I can open it? No. Display images. Gosh. All right, we'll publish a branch. Why does it say publish branch and not create PR? Are they like not fully integrated? View branch. This is my first Jules PR. Let's see if it actually... It's an unnecessarily updated snapshot. And that is still not fixed, so... Oh, it's disappointing. That cutout, that purple part is a cutout, and it's supposed to be vertical. Some are full-on crashing out / getting salty. The professors? It's disappointing. How long have you been coding for? Are you self-taught? I'm self-taught, but I went to college as well, so a mix.
All right, more puppy time. In between career advice, we must have dog ASMR.
No. I don't want her to look at the mic. My face is right next to this. She sounds like a dog tongue. I'm sure you're familiar with that.
Oh, she looks really cute right now. Okay, she didn't want to be picked up. She's free! Yay! Alright, let's get you.
Did this updated? Let's see if the stuff looks better. It's a little bit of a weird sequencing. We have to run the test after, but the test isn't changing. I don't think we're resolving it. That doesn't... Maybe that does make sense. No. Column 3. Oh, man. I think I gotta open a page. I've only coded in class. School has killed my desire for personal projects. So I gotta work on something so employers won't weed me out from the other students who build apps in their diapers. Yeah, definitely. You should build portfolio work. For sure. For sure. Okay, I think we need to create a Cosmos visualization, so React Cosmos. So basically like a little React app that's just gonna help us debug. So we have to install React Cosmos. I think we need a plugin too. Okay, start React Cosmos, or maybe just Cosmos. Start our development server. Okay. I shut out the dog. I couldn't handle the dual auditory phenomenon. Oh, nope, back. All right, I think I'm needed elsewhere. I'm gonna bail out. Thank you guys for joining. I know it's been a long time, but I will be finishing the CSS grid implementation in the future. All is well.